Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be giving you early impressions of battery life on the brand new HTC 10. I've had the phone only for 2 days guys, so obviously this is not a detailed verdict but just the first 48 hours impressions of the battery life on the phone that I've used so far. I've used the phone both on 4G LTE and also on Wi-Fi, so I'll show you some screenshots along with some screen on times. So let's get into photos and let's have a look at the very first one that I used guys. Here I was using the phone after a full charge to 100%, using the phone mostly on Wi-Fi. I took quite a lot of photos, shot a few videos, as you can see. Even the flashlight was on for a few minutes as well. I was just testing the flash. The GPS was used a lot of times when I was using the Google Maps as well. So pretty much a very heavy day with the phone on Wi-Fi. And after using it quite heavily, as you can see my usage, like I said, lots of camera, videos and photos, YouTubing a lot, and I was also listening to music via Bluetooth on SoundCloud and a lot of other bits and bobs, my emails and stuff. So after a very heavy day, I was able to squeeze out 5 hours and 15 minutes of screen on time, which is very good according to what we have seen from other flagships this year. Most flagships including the LG G5 and the S7 are giving you over 5 hours of screen on time on Wi-Fi anyway, so HTC are actually matching those standards, if not leading by example. On the S7, as you guys know, it can give you up to 6 hours, in some cases even more, so they are the industry leaders when it comes to battery life. But I think what happened from last year on the M9 with the terrible battery life, I think they have made massive improvement, and from what I can see so far on Wi-Fi at least, we're getting a good 5 hours plus screen on time. Okay, and again the next day I used 4G LTE, even though you can see the Wi-Fi line all the way across guys, but I can tell you it wasn't Wi-Fi. I was using 4G LTE and not Wi-Fi. This option can be actually turned off in setting in advance, and if you go there you can switch the Wi-Fi option off and it will go away from the graph. I don't use it because if I turn that option off, then my Wi-Fi goes off automatically as soon as my phone goes into standby for a few minutes. That's why I leave it on. But I can tell you, like I said in the screenshot, or you can see on top as well, 4G LTE. I was using it pretty much all day on 4G LTE, and when the battery went down to 4%, I was able to squeeze out a total of 5 hours and 13 minutes of screen on time, which was very surprising, because normally you expect 4G LTE to give you less screen on time as compared to Wi-Fi, but in this case surprisingly both 4G LTE on the HTC 10 and also the Wi-Fi figures actually match. As you can see, 5 hours and 13 minutes, and let's get back onto Wi-Fi, and we had 5 hours and 15 minutes. So very surprising. Maybe HTC have done some optimizations on the 4G LTE side as well, but for some reason I was able to squeeze almost the same amount of screen on time for both 4G LTE and also on Wi-Fi as well. But overall, a good consistent battery life. If you charge it fully and you go to your office for work, I'm sure this phone will last you pretty much all day from what I can see so far. My brightness was kept around 60 to 70% guys, and that was bright enough for me. And if you increase the brightness any further, it starts to actually hurt your eyes, because it's a quad HD screen with a very pixel dense screen, so obviously most people would not go that far anyway. So I was keeping the brightness, like I said, around 60 to 70%, but I was using the phone pretty heavily. As you can see, Instagram, Google Plus, social media, and like I always say guys, I'm a YouTuber. I get emails, notifications all the time, so I'm a very heavy user of smartphones, and my smartphones are always busy non-stop, getting all the notifications, YouTubing, email, listening to music, taking photos, because I test and review phones all the time. Anyways, so that's what I was able to squeeze in. Okay, so let's have a look. This was another figure, I think, if I remember. I was testing it today, I think, in fact, if I remember correctly, and once again it was on Wi-Fi, not 4G LTE. Most of the times it was on Wi-Fi pretty much all day, and I was able to yet again squeeze out 5 hours and 8 minutes of screen on time. So the phone is capable of giving you over 5 hours both on 4G LTE and Wi-Fi so far. About 4G LTE, like I said, this is just the early impressions. I'll be testing further in the next couple of weeks, and eventually I will come out with my detailed verdict. So I'll try to collect as many 4G LTE stats as I can and see if it is consistently giving us more than 5 hours on 4G LTE. So we will see that in the detailed verdict. Now also here I tested the phone's rapid charging, or the Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 guys. I actually used HTC's own boxed Qualcomm Quick Charger 3.0. And as I showed you in my unboxing video, the amp ratings are pretty interesting. As you can see, output here says 5 volt and 2.5 amp, 9 volt and 1.7 amp, and also a 12 volt and 1.25 amp. So this is the Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0. As we all know, the phone has a Snapdragon 820, so that obviously supports the Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0. So I actually tested with this charger on the HTC. I wanted to see how quickly it charges. So I had a quick look at it, and when I actually sorry about that. Okay, so and at around 4% I put it on charge, and it said charging rapidly, as you can see at the bottom here. And at 14:14 I started charging it, and then I checked it again at 14:58, and it had gone up to 64%. So if we calculate that, 14:14 to 14:46, and around about, I would say 40 minutes of time, I was able to go from 4% to around 64%, which is again very, very good. And if you see at the bottom here, it says 27 minutes until full. So that means you should be able to charge this phone up fully from around 4 to 5% in just over an hour, maybe an hour and a quarter. You should be able to charge the phone fully. So this is also a welcome addition this time. HTC never used to box the quick charges in their phones in the past, but this time around they've given us a rapid charger, which definitely will help a lot of people. With 5 hours of screen on time plus on both 4G LTE and a quick charger boxed inside the box in the UK. I'm not too sure about the other countries. I'm pretty sure they are giving you the quick charger in the US as well. But as far as I think the earphones are concerned, you only get the high resolution audio earphones in the UK, not in the US. But I think everybody's getting this Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 charger, which is a very welcome change from HTC and very unlike HTC from the last couple of years. So guys, this was my first early impressions of the battery life on brand new HTC 10. In about a couple of weeks time from now, I'll be giving you my detailed verdict. I'll have more screen on times. I'll also be keeping an eye on the 4G LTE side and see how much screen on time I can get. Also, I haven't obviously tested so far the battery drain on standby. From what I can see, I've left it a few times on standby. It seems to be doing really good, and Doze with Marshmallow is really working good on the HTC 10. But like I said, please do wait for my detailed verdict, which will be out in a couple of weeks time. So please do keep an eye on the channel. And like always guys, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions about the battery life, charger, anything else, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. And like always guys, please subscribe as it helps, and I shall see you in the next video.